This is the first consultant career conference class that I would like to share with you. I'm going to do a screen share. Hang on. I'm going to try that again. Hold on. There we go. Okay, here we go.
I know. Okay. This class, first class, all ways of selling. Our first teacher is Independent Future Executive Senior Sales Director, Menina Aguabella. And she's going to teach you all the ways of selling. So let's give her a big, warm Allen, Texas welcome. Hey, everybody. Are you excited? Oh my gosh, you should be so excited. I have a fun fact for you. This is my first time at a career conference outside of California. I'm from Los Angeles, but I moved to Dallas about 3.5 years ago, and I absolutely love it here. I'm so excited to teach you guys today. So I'm going to be giving you some things that you've probably heard of, and then there's going to be some things that maybe you're not as familiar with, but I'm going to teach you. Because how many guys know if we don't sell anything, like we have nothing else, right? So it's like it all starts with sales, and everything else will come from that. And as you are selling, do you agree that it builds your confidence? Mm-hmm. And as you're more confident, hi JC, as you're more confident, that's going to attract more team members. And how many of you guys are ready to move over to the red jacket class or the director class? Okay. So it all starts with selling. Believe it or not, I've been in Mary Kay for 30 years, but I still sell this product. I just had at my house last Saturday what I call a skincare clinic. What's that, right? Same thing, different name. But because I call it a different name, I've been getting a lot greater response. Have you ever found that you're doing something and it works, and then maybe you start doing something else, and then you're like, well, why did I change what was working? Anybody except me, right? Or sometimes you're doing something, but either you get bored with it or the people get bored with it, and then you're like, okay, well, what do I do? So I'm going to teach you guys a little bit on 3 different types of things. So we're going to talk a little bit about how I work my in-person parties, virtual parties, and hybrid parties. Another fun fact, I have been working about 98% virtual since I moved to Dallas 3.5 years ago. And I've done million during that time. My unit did million during that time. We just finished our 10th trip, so you can definitely work virtual. Then last week, as I told you, I did it was my first time having anybody at my house, literally since March of 2020. So you can work at home too. You can do in person, you can do virtual. And then in October, I went to LA because I have a lot of my beauty consultants are in LA. So I went and I did some hybrid parties in LA where I was in person with a few of my consultants and they had guests there, but I also had them invite guests onto Zoom through a laptop. So I was in person, but I was working hybrid because there were people on there from Virginia and Maryland and Tennessee that were still there. So we have a lot of options. So let's talk about this. So what does, they have a little outline for me, okay? So I'm gonna go by this for the most part. But what does the pre-work look like for these things? How many of you guys have heard of ChatGPT? How many of you have used ChatGPT? A little bit less hands. How many of you want to use it, but you don't, I don't know what that is? Okay? So ChatGPT, you can think of it as being almost like a personal assistant for you that you can give direction to, and it will spit back anything you want, literally in a matter of seconds, okay? So we're gonna kind of work this together, and I'm gonna tell you kind of what my pre-work looked like when I was thinking of the skincare clinic. Before I give you that, I'll tell you that my concept of the skincare clinic, it dropped to me right before leadership conference. A couple days before we were going to San Antonio, I woke up at 5 in the morning. Have you ever gotten an idea Like, you're like, I know God just gave me this idea, okay? You get this idea, and I want to just encourage you, when you get an idea, that idea is for you initially. But if you tell somebody the idea, they may be like, what? Why are you doing that? But if God gave you the idea is anointed in that moment. And so you want to take action on it. So when I got back from leadership conference, I had this concept, skincare clinic. What would that look like? First of all, it sounds really important, okay? Secondly, I created a 75-minute experience, okay? And it will be timed. That let the guests know that, wow, 75 minutes and it's going to be timed? Okay, I know I'll be in and out. Because how many of you have done a party in person or virtual and it's taken way longer than an hour and 15 minutes, way longer than 75 minutes? The other thing that I presented was that, or thought about was that, okay, if it's a clinic and that sounds like a little more, I don't know, it's like an upscale experience, then I'm going to introduce them to, it's nothing new, but the Skin Analyzer app before they get there, okay? And then during this clinic, if they don't have time to do the Skin Analyzer before they get there, I have them just arrive about 10 or 15 minutes early so I can do it for them. Well, when I do it for them, I do it on an iPad. How many of you have tried the Skin Analyzer? It is scary. Okay, it is scary. So I do it for them on the iPad, which is even more scary because they see all the little purple lines and dots and all that kind of stuff, right? So the way that I had the concept in my head. So just if you have a concept of something, then I could ask chat. So I'm going to give you an example. So I use ChatGPT. There's lots of different ones. I use one that's by OpenAI. So if you go to your app store and just search OpenAI, they have a ChatGPT. And again, don't get caught. I don't even know what the GPT stands for. I can't remember, but just think of it like your virtual assistant. So if I put into here, I'm gonna press the microphone on my phone so that I won't have to type this in, and it will just listen to what I'm saying. It'll type out what I'm saying. So I'm gonna say, hi chat, I'm thinking about doing an in-person party. I'm a beauty consultant with Mary Kay. It will be a 75-minute upscale experience, period. The guests will get to try our amazing age-fighting skincare. Plus, they will get a skin analysis, which will tell me what additional supplements that they may need. I'm going to give them the option to add on a couple of add-ons. One of the add-ons will be called a Detox and Glow, and the other add-on will be called a Hydration Glow, period. Can you give me a few names that I could call this? I need something fun and catchy. So I hit send. And in a matter of seconds, chat says back to me, hey, love the vibe you're going for. Upscale, personalized, and glowing. Here are some fun and catchy name ideas for your in-person skincare party that align with the luxury feel and highlight the glow-up transformation your guests will experience. It's like, my fiance always goes, why do you call it chat? Why is it like you're talking to a person? I'm like, it is a person. There's a person in my phone. That's what I'm talking to. So it says, here's some ideas for your 75-minute upscale skincare experience. So it gives me Glow and Tell, the Glow Lounge. That sounds good. Glow Up and Get Gorgeous. Golden Hour Glow. Get your glow on. Spa Clinic inspired ideas. It says the Beauty Lab. Skin Secret Studio. Radiance Room. So how about we go with the Beauty Lab, okay? So I'll say, okay, I love the Beauty Lab. Let's start with that. Hold on, I hit the wrong button. Okay, I love the Beauty Lab. Wait, sorry, it doesn't usually do this, what I'm doing. Hold on, y'all. Go back over here. Let me just type it. I love the Beauty Lab. All right, now I can ask it things like, can you give me an idea of how I would promote this? Can you give me a quick script that I could invite guests to that's engaging and would make them want to attend? Hit send. Absolutely. Here's fun, engaging, slightly luxurious sounding script that you can use. So it says, hey, name, I'm so excited to invite you to something brand new that I'm doing. Now, anything you're doing, you're just going to say it's brand new. It's the same thing we've been doing, but we're just calling it a different name, okay? I'm excited to announce to get you to something brand new that I'm doing. It's called the Beauty Lab, and it's unlike anything I've ever hosted before. Doesn't that sound exciting already? Then it says it's a 75-minute in-person skincare experience where you'll get a personalized skin analysis, like next level insight into what your skin really needs, a full age-fighting skincare session, the option to upgrade with one of 2 pampering add-ons, Detox and Glow or Hydration Glow, depending on what your skin is craving. You guys get the idea of what I'm saying? So from here, I could say, let me do this for you guys. This event is 1 week away. This event is 1 week away. Can you tell me how to promote it and give me a schedule? It's going to be next Saturday, March 30th, at 11 a.m. in the morning. Can you give me a schedule that will help me promote it and have people attend? So then it'll give you, so I'm giving you guys the idea of like, when you have an idea, this is what you can do. And it literally spits it out for you. So it says, okay, great. With 1 week to go, we'll create a simple, focused promo plan that builds curiosity, excitement, and urgency to fill those seats. Here's a 7-day countdown promo schedule and strategy to help you pack the room for the Beauty Lab. So it says, it has the date, the time, all of that. And so it says Saturday, March 23rd, launch day. So post a fun teaser on social media. So I would know, okay, I can create some sort of fun thing on social media and I could send that out on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. It says post a fun teaser on social media. Something brand new is coming next Saturday. Only 4 people can attend. Skincare, skin science, total glow up. Are you curious yet? So it's even giving you what to say. Does anybody like this so far? Okay, it's giving you what to say. And then it says, use your script from earlier, customize it, add their names. So if I say, hey, Lisa, I have 4 seats only for a private skincare experience I'm calling the Beauty Lab. Want in? And when I tell you I was sending these out and I was like, I only have 4 spaces, people were replying back, now you only have 3 because I'm coming, okay? So it just made it really exciting. And then it says on Sunday, highlight the experience. It gives you another post idea for Sunday if you're going to be posting on social media. So this is a way to tie in both in person and online. Let's just say if I had this same concept, which I did this as well, I had this same concept and then I asked chat for a script for virtual. How would I do this same thing virtual? So the way that I do the thing on virtual, on Thursday nights, I do a grown and sexy skincare clinic, okay? Just that will make people want to come. So on that skincare clinic, I do it with no samples. So I have the guests do their skin analysis before they get on with me, same thing. And then while they're on, I, Menina, wash my face in front of them. And I do either of the 2 add-ons. I explain the 2 add-ons. So the Detox and Glow is going to be the charcoal mask with the niacinamide booster. So that's the Detox and Glow add-on. The Hydration Glow add-on is going to be our renewing gel mask with the HA plus ceramide. So that's going to be more moisture. Now, depending on what their skin analyzer says, I can make recommendations to them. Like last week I said, well, I can make a recommendation to you based on what this is telling me on your skin analyzer of which add-on that you should do on top of the skincare, because we're definitely doing skincare, then this is just the add-on. Or you can just choose whichever one you want. If you're feeling a little dry, you can choose the hydration one. If you're feeling like you just need to have the impurities pulled out, you can do the charcoal mask with the HA plus ceramide, which is the brightening. So I give them the choice. They had so much fun at my house. And it didn't even take 75 minutes. Honestly, I did satin hands when they came in, of course, and then took them through everything. And we were done in like an hour Like, and one of the girls was already my customer, and she bought products. She was like, oh my gosh, I don't have this, I don't have this. And then the other two girls, one was kind of a customer. She's bought stuff from me before. And one woman had never tried Mary Kay before, was totally impressed. So those are just some things that you can do. Now, as far as the setup of this in person, this is super important. I kept it super simple. People can't make too many choices, right? So what I did was one of my friends who is an influencer, he called me in December and he told me that he had done an event for Estee Lauder and he did it at Dillard's. And so he's like, Menina, you would not believe how much women are buying, how many women bought skincare. Like he said they sold about $15,000 in the 4 or 5 hours that he was there. Hold on to your seats. He was talking to the counter manager and he asked her, he's like, is this normal? Like, do you guys always sell this much? And she said, well, this is, kind of a little bit different because they had it kind of set up like where they could have kind of experiences. So they had like they had like different things for whatever their things are called, but they had like different things that the people could try. And so he said, well, do you guys have any competitors? Because is anybody else selling this much or any other cosmetic? She said, Allison, she said this. She said, our number one competitor is Mary Kay Cosmetics. She said, they sell more than anybody, right? And you guys know, Estee Lauder owns a lot of other cosmetic companies under that umbrella. So that was a big deal. And now she didn't know that he knew me and his, so for her to say that, I felt good about that. And so he said, he sent me pictures of the way that they had things set up. So they had just, how like you can get like a little mirror tray from Home Goods, right? So I went and bought a little mirrored tray and I put the Time Wise Repair on that tray. I have 2 trays. So one had the Time Wise Repair, one had the Miracle Set. And then I had right next to it, I had both of the add-ons. So I had the charcoal mask with the niacinamide booster, and then I had the gel mask with the HA plus ceramide booster. And that was all that I had out. Because honestly, my main goal with my customers is to get them on the skincare. Like once they're on the skincare, I know they're gonna be with me forever. I have customers that have been with me all 30 years because I've taken really great care of them. So I had that. And then I had 2 menus. So I just got a beautiful frame, 2 beautiful frames also from Home Goods. And in one frame, I asked chat for some words. I was like, I need the words to like put on this. And I looked in our lookbook, and inside of the lookbook, they have words like that sound good for the descriptions. So I put in one frame, I had the Time Wise Repair and I had the Miracle Set, like a little description. The other frame, I had a description of the add-ons. It was very simple. At the end, I offered just 2 specials. Okay, so I did, instead of $2.15, I did $1.99 or $99, and then they could add, if they got the skincare, okay, which they did, if they got the skincare, they could choose one of the add-ons at half off. And it was very simple, so I didn't have to create a whole sheet and all that. My goal was to get them on the skincare and to go from there. I hope that this is helping you guys at least a little bit, okay? So any of those things you can totally do. Aside from that, in addition to that, you can do in-person parties, your pop-up parties. I do pop-up parties. I do my pop-up parties virtually. Those parties are 20 minutes, and I do those on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time. The pop-up parties you can do any topic. I do lip hooray. Lip hooray, I'll show 3 different lip looks with lip liner in 20 minutes. Or I may do body care, and I'm showing our different body care sets. Or during Thanksgiving, I do how to avoid turkey neck, okay? And that's like all of our like lifting serums and serum C+E and like all that kind of stuff. So you can also ask chat, like I'm trying to think of some fun names. These are the products. Can you give me some fun names for that? I use chat for everything. Like I just ask it the simplest questions and it spits it right out. Another thing they want me to make sure I talk to you about is social selling. So what do you post? And remembering that people tend to connect with you, the person, before they connect with the products. So just be you. I know that for me, I've looked at like influencers and like, oh my gosh, I got to do this, I got to do that. And the most simple posts that I've done of me with like no makeup on, or me like just doing just the boosters or whatever, are the things that people respond to, because you is who they're looking at. You're selling yourself, and Mary Kay is just the products that we sell, but you are the brand. And then Mary Kay are the products that we sell. Sometimes when I'm on there, I may not even mention the word Mary Kay, but I'm like, you gotta try this brightening booster. And they're like, well, what is it? Then I will connect with them. And then I'm like, it's Mary Kay. Like, do you want some? So that's how you can do your social selling. And then consistency is gonna be the key with your posting. And I will admit, I have to get better with this. But so far, what I've been doing has really started to pick up. And then, of course, closing the sale. This is critical, especially in the virtual world. So I've taught my beauty consultants that, and same thing that Mary Kay taught us, that it's a party worth booking is worth coaching. So you want to make sure that you coach it. And when you hold a party, you got to close it. Because if you don't close it, they usually won't just call you, okay? They'll probably just think you forgot about it. So imagine if you went to Nordstrom's, you're going to look for some shoes, and they're like, okay, what size? You give them the size and like all that kind of stuff. And then they come back, they bring you the shoes, plus they bring you some more shoes. And then you're like, oh yeah, I like these. So now what if they said, do you like them? You're like, yeah, I like it. And then they walk away. You're like, I'm gonna need another salesperson, okay? So you want to make sure you're closing. So I learned this from Kiana McKinney, another one of my $1 Million Director girlfriends, purchase party partner. So if you're not sure how to close, I start with purchase party partner and I close with purchase party partner. So in the beginning, I tell them what's going to happen. So I said, we're going to do this or that. We're going to go through skincare, all the kind of the agenda, kind of what's going to happen. And I would love for you to leave my presence, whether it's in person or virtual, as one of our 3 Ps, at least one of our 3 Ps, purchase, party, partner. So purchase, of course, you're not obligated to purchase, but I probably am going to tempt you. So if you're tempted to treat yourself to anything, then of course I would love to be able to service you. So you can purchase. I take all forms of payment. I even take Klarna if you want to break it into 4 payments, all that. And then second thing is party. So I always go, how many of you guys love free stuff? And inevitably, like they will raise their hand, even online, they'll go, I see you, Tina, I see you, Lisa. And so if you like free stuff, I just call it free stuff. I probably shouldn't say free stuff, but it works. So if you like free stuff, we have you can host a party in person or virtual. And we have a program called 100 Free to Party With Me, where you can get up to $100 in free products by hosting a party. And the third P is to partner with me. So if you've ever had these things running across your mind, I do just like that, running across your mind, you've ever thought, like, oh my gosh, I need some more money. Oh my goodness, I don't get paid till the 15th, but I really want these boots right now. If you thought, oh my gosh, the price of eggs is going up and my hourly wage or my salary is not going up with it. If you thought those things, then I want you to watch me today and see if you could ever imagine doing what I do. Of course, with the proper training, I throw that in. So I tell them about the 3 Ps in the beginning. And then at the end, and I teach my consultants the same thing, at the end, before we get off of virtual, my consultants, I tell them, remember the 3 Ps at the beginning. Your beauty consultant is going to call you. So this makes the consultants call, because if they don't call, then they just made me a liar. So your beauty consultant's going to call you, and she's going to find out which one of the 3 Ps that you are, or you might even be all 3. Is that a simple way to close? Purchase, party, partner. Thank you, Kiana McKinney. I think I have a couple more things on here. We want to make sure we cover. Okay, Shop My Party. So the key with Shop My Party, I have found, is to find the party people. So if you can think about your friend group, your customer base, who are the people that are actively, like, you think about your friend group, like, who's the person that always is doing like Taco Tuesday, or like it's March right now and they're like, I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year. They've already claimed it, okay? So those are party people. I'm that person in my friend group. So even if you told me like, I'm selling jeans, I'd be like, can I do a party? Can I get a free pair? Like, what do I need to do? I can get people over tomorrow, okay? So when you find the party people, identify them. Those are the types of people, those are the best hostesses for Shop My Party. I also always try to do my shop my parties around a Friday because people usually get paid on Friday. People feel like spending money on Friday because they're going into the weekend. Even Thursdays is kind of like the new Friday. So those are just a couple of tips on Shop My Party. We already talked about the Skin Analyzer. The Mirror Me app is another way that you can book follow-up appointments because I do no makeup at my virtuals or unless it's that specific theme. I don't do any makeup at my virtuals. I will do it like on a pop-up if I'm going to do it. We did an actual makeup look a couple Mondays ago. It was like a St. Patrick's Day makeup look. But in general, I don't do any makeup because, again, I want to get them on the skincare so that we're building solid customers. When you have solid customers, you have solid reorder business. But if you are doing a glamour appointment and you're just not quite sure what to do, you can always do a Mirror Me appointment. So well, you guys probably have tried Mirror Me, right? Yes? Maybe? Kind of? Okay. Let me tell you. If you go to your website, you go to your marykay.com/Menina, okay, whatever yours is, go to your website and you can click on, it shows up in a couple places, but you can click on like trending products or you can click on the glamour and it'll pop up there. You can, it'll have you turn your camera on. Okay, so whatever. It can take a picture of you. It's live actually. It's live. You can try, it's not a picture, it's live. So it has your face up there, okay? You can try eyeshadow, you can try foundation, you can make it sheer, you can make it opaque. Did you guys know it could do all this? Like, yeah, on your website. Yeah, she's like, no. Yes, on our websites, we can do this. So you could easily do an appointment with a client, have her share her screen so that you can see what she is doing as well. And you can guide her through, give her some suggestions on what she can try for glamour. This is if she's virtual, if you're not able to get together with her in person. And then this little piece on coaching. Okay, I know it kind of went backwards from closing to coaching, but that's how they have it on here. So coaching. So with coaching these parties, it's super, super important that you are touching base I touch base with people at least 4 to 5 times, maybe 6 times between the time that I book them and the time that they are to show up. Now, this is where I found with my consultants that this is where the slack kind of comes in, okay? Think about how busy you are. Think about all the people and business cards you've gotten and all those things, and how oftentimes we have good intentions, but then we forget. Your customers or potential customers are the same way. And so I'm always going to assume that we are holding the appointment unless she says we're not. Okay, so I'm never calling to say, hey, I'm calling to confirm. I never say those words. I may call and say, hey, Lisa, this is Menina. I'm so excited to see you on Saturday. I know you have Google Maps, but I just wanted to give you a couple little markers. Like I may call for something like that, or I may call and say, you can call to pre-profile. You can call to, of course, with the Skin Analyzer. You can review her results. You can call to ask if she'd like to bring a friend. Last week, I had 4 of the slots booked, but then one kind of fell out because whatever, she had something. So I asked the other 3 guests, I was like, is there any way that you can bring a friend with you? Because I just had one space open up. And so one of the girls was like, oh yeah, let me try to call some people. She wasn't able to find anybody, but I offered her, like, if you bring somebody with you, I'll give you an additional $25 in free products because I wanted all 4 seats filled. So you want to make sure that you are touching base with them quite a few different times throughout the week. It can be a phone call. It can be a text, it can be on email. If you're reaching out to them and you're not hearing back, chances are that appointment is not going to hold. If I book a hostess, whether it's virtual or in person, and I'm not getting the guest list, I'm not gonna wait for her to cancel the party. I cancel it. Because I don't wanna waste those 2 hours of time if she's not, really like participating. So, you want to make sure that you're coaching really, really well. When you do that, people are going to show up, they're going to purchase, you're going to gain your confidence, you're going to team build, you're going to do all the things that you have been wanting to do. So everybody stand up on your feet, and I want you to repeat after me. Actually, look at your neighbor and repeat after me, okay? So say to her, girl, I am so excited. I know that I am going to be great at selling. And I cannot wait to see you at seminar. Because I'm going to do what I told myself I was going to do. And we are going to meet each other at the top. Now give her a high five and give yourselves a big hand. Thank you so much. Happy selling.
Everyone's stronger together. Everyone's stronger together.
So, are y'all ready?
Hi there. I'm trying to end that video and it didn't work really well. Was that not the best class about selling? Oh my gosh, I'm thrilled. These were such good classes. I needed to do a little recording of them and get them out to you guys because they are so powerful. So enjoy. This is selling video 1. There's a couple more coming. Bye.